My first thought of wanting to be actress, I mean, it wasn't I want to be an actress. It was a day when I was around 10 and I was watching a play at theater, and it was a one-woman show with a French girl. She was very, very young. She was like maybe 20, I think. And she was just terrific. And I remember how I had the feeling that, I mean, I thought at that moment that I was really exciting to see her on stage. And I thought also that for sure it would have been exciting from her point of view, from her angle. So it was the first time that I have this back and forth. You know what I mean? Okay. and then I started to see much more movies than before. I was 10, so it was enough young to start to see movies. And then I mean, also I think I wanted to hide the fact that I was starting to think about that, for sure. I remember also that I went with my best friend, and she's part of a big doctor of Doctor's family, families of doctor, and we were saying like we are not going to do like our family for sure. We want to do something else, and she didn't fail. I failed. One day, I was at his place in the living room, and he was watching at me because he liked watching people, and he suddenly asked me if I wanted to work with him because he just had a new idea for the next movie. So he told me a little about the movie, just the beginning. I mean, not the plot, but just the beginning and the atmosphere. And I said yes at that moment. And then after, he included me in the work. I mean, I was not included at all because I haven't read the script before the first version. But he talked about the project. I mean, I don't remember how many months they wrote the script, but it was like a background in our own relationship. Because he's my father and I'm his daughter, we are very fast and effective from one to the other, to know what we want from the other one, actually. And so this is the great things about working with someone of your family. And sometimes also because, I mean, we have to put our own problems of family, because everybody have some, under the door, but sometimes the door is like a little open, so we have to close the door. Sometimes it happens, but otherwise it's really great. Yeah. So he wanted to work with me, so he starts from one actor, and then he built like a sphere around. So he wanted to, because he needed to find a father and a stepmother friend for the daughter. He started with me, and then he was looking for don't remember. Maybe the first of them researched was Ariane, I think. So we went in a coffee several times, the same coffee actually, first floor, and he asked to his assistant to find like maybe 10 or 12 young women, and we met them, all of them, because he needs to see their actors together, to see if there is like a chemistry in front of his eyes. I mean, he really needs to see how it happened or not. And it's not about the real life. It's not about, okay, this one is going to be my friend for real, so it's okay to work in fiction with her. I mean, actually, it has worked with Chevillotte, but it was not the point at that time. It was just that. But she was not the only one with whom it has worked. With Louise Chevillotte, it was just like, I don't know the name of that, the word. I miss the word for telling this. When I saw her, I mean, it was sure that she was the character for some reasons. And for his type of film, for his type of cinema, he needs to work like that because, as I said before, he works like a painter, and he does like a documentary of the actors. So. Oh, okay. It was just completely the opposite. It was actually like Philippe. He's like a gentle director because we do a lot of rehearsal on several months. So it's really soft and calm, and we discuss a lot about the script, and we have the time to understand everything, and we can add some things, we can put off some other things, and then finally on set it's one take. So yeah, so it's like two movements, I think. And with Luca, it's not about having the time. We take the time. We took the time together a lot. We have a lot of dinners together. We were all in the same city. We were hanging late at night. It was the best experience ever. But it was more about. We had like a lecture, a reading. We had a reading like 10 days before we started the shooting. But it was more about being together and trying to find the energy from what was happening right now. And then on set, it wasn't one take, but not that much. But it was more about how Luca gives of himself on set, because he's very generous on set. For example, much more than Philippe, who finally on set becomes more in how do you say that, in the background, he makes himself little, and Luca is very here, and he says a lot of things, and there is a big joy on set, and everyone is really like active, and it's much more on set. So with Philippe, it's just before the set, and finally on set, everything is going through like not a routine, but something really quiet, and we work so fast because we do just one take, so we are not that much on sets each day, maybe 6 hours maximum. So yeah. Yeah, of course, totally. And it's funny because actually they had some a lot of things in common in the formal things, which are that they use film, 35 millimeter, yeah, and they want both of them working in the continuity, which is amazing when you have to work on a character. It's the best ever, really. And also that not far from the beginning of the shooting, they both have started to work on the editing. Maybe because they couldn't wait. I don't know.